Hello, good morning. Good morning, Dominica. Good morning, Centenarian. Welcome to another Creole Heartbeat program on the Q95 FM. It's the big station, and we are here with two very special guests. By the way, this week has been a very important week in Dominica. We observed Wellness Week, a special week in Dominica. As a matter of fact, the entire month dedicated to wellness in Dominica. And we have the general herself, one who has done so much work in terms of wellness, the wellness culture in Dominica with us at Sister Nats. And she's joined today by Debbie Jean-Jacques. Nous avons des spécial bonjour pour tout le monde. Tout le monde à tout quoi la Dominique et aux Antilles, c'est un grand plaisir pour nous là comme ici. Nous avons vraiment, disons, nous là, et puis nous avons partagé l'information. Ça nous a manger, ça nous a manger, ça nous peut pas manger. Ça qui est important pour manger. Parce que ça, ces jours-là, ça, moun gani, mon vite m'apprécier au jargon. On voit un monde, jod là, et puis demain, lève tout le monde, messieurs, mesdames. So, nous avons fait ça, ces jours-là, ça. Et puis, tout le monde a tout quoi la Dominique. Branché parce que l'information là, nous avons base aujourd'hui là, c'est information qui est très important. Let's move across and say good morning to Sister Nats and Debbie. First of all, let's say good morning to Debbie first, man. We'll get to the general after. Good morning to you, Debbie.
Good morning, Wadix. Good morning, everyone out there who's listening today.
And how are you this morning, Debs?
Doing fine, thank the Lord.
After all, we just have to always give thanks and praises to the divine interventor and Sister Nats, my family, Sakafet.
Yeah, bon. Tout bagay la bon.
Absolument.
Good morning to you, Wadix, and to all our faithful audience or listeners out there. Very pleasant good morning.
And in case you're wondering, we are also live on Q95 FM Facebook page and YouTube channel. So you can hook up and get a first-hand view of Sister Nats and also Debbie. Sister Nats getting younger by the second, and she'll tell us the chemistry, the chemical reaction, or she'll tell us what causes her to look so young. So, Sister Nats, we are here, and this morning we have a very important discussion. We're going to try to educate the nation on wellness. We're going to educate them on a month that was dedicated to the wellness of our nation. First of all, when we say wellness, what do we mean?
Well, the term wellness is one that is very multidimensional, and it is one that is very holistic by interpretation, right? What do I mean? Usually in the mainstream medical system, wellness is not a term that is frequently used or referred to. But in the wellness arena, we have what is called a system of healthcare that is based on using the resources that nature has provided for health and for healing. And like I said earlier, the wellness philosophy, the concept covers a very vast spectrum. So very quickly, let me just mention some of the main pillars upon which the spirit of wellness rests. Okay, first there is the physical pillar, and that is a pillar that addresses pretty much most of the physical issues that we encounter from day to day. Then there is the mental and emotional, and of course that speaks for itself. That takes us to the space where our emotions and our mind, issues would occur in those aspects. Then there is the environmental. The environmental is one of the key aspects in the wellness perspective for the simple reason that the spirit of wellness is one that thrives on the spirit of nature, and the spirit of nature resides in the environment. And therefore, if the spirit of wellness is going to be alive and well, we have to ensure that the source, which is nature, is well preserved and well taken care of. So we have another aspect of wellness that few people may not be aware of, and it's called the financial aspect. And then you might ask, why finance? What has finance got to do with being well? But wait until some kind of change, unexpected change happens in your life, and you're out of a job, and the mortgage start building up, and the bank is on your back, and you start feeling that pressure, that house that you dreamed of so long, what risk. And what happens? The stress and the tension sets in. You become anxious. When a human being is in that state of mind, Wadix, I can tell you, it doesn't matter what you eat. Your entire system is let's say, it's overwhelmed by stress, and stress causes a level of toxicity that prevents the digestive tract from functioning normally. So you may be drinking all your carrot juice and all your salad and your CMOS and everything, but if emotionally and if financially you are unwell, your whole digestive system, your whole nervous, everything inside of the system will be affected, right? So in the wellness system of healthcare, sometimes a patient may turn up, and as the consultation goes on, we may discover that it doesn't have to be the bank calling you. It could be a relationship in the home or on the job. You and the boss just ain't getting along. That kind of thing. Any kind of toxic relationship that is going to create stress, we see that as a very important factor in wellness. So when our patients show up, if they care to share with us, we probe as much as possible to see whether things are okay with the home. What about your self-esteem? What do you feel about blah, blah. So the financial is there as well. The spiritual, well, Alex, you all know we didn't fall in the sky. We came from a source. We are all aware of that. No, in the wellness arena, we are not there to tell anyone who to identify as that source. That's not our job. But we are here definitely to say to them that to recognize, first and foremost, you did not just get there like that. There's a source, and whoever you identify as that source, please ensure if you are going to be well, doesn't matter how much salad you eat in, and if you're going to be fully well, you better ensure that as you go on your wellness journey, do not confine your perspective just to the physical and losing weight and going to the gym. No, you are a tripartite human being, body, mind, spirit. Ensure that you identify your source, find your source, and stay connected with that source. Because a lot of the troubles we are having right now out there, all the unwell symptoms that are manifesting every day out there, a lot of it has to do with that disconnect between man and his source. So we preach that as well in the wellness arena. So pretty much of what I've said, you can now pick up the vast difference between the wellness system of healthcare and the regular mainstream medical system of healthcare. You can see that difference, right? So I hope that sums up.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. And you decided an organization, or just a few of you decided to actually observe Wellness Month? Was
Yes,
it an
we-
organization?
That is correct.
What is the name of that organization?
Vitality Community.
Vitality
Community.
Unity.
Again, the name speaks for itself. It says it all. Vitality Community.
Community.
Yeah.
And you have been observing, as a matter of fact, Wellness Month for the entire month, Debs. And what are some of the activities leading up to this week? We'll take this week by itself.
This week.
But
Yeah, this
let's take the first set of activities, and then we'll get to this week.
We'll get to this week. Okay. First of all, just to say that it is really a tremendous opportunity for us to share with everyone out there that aspect of wellness, how we take care of the physical and the how we
Okay.
take care of our physical bodies, sorry. And of course, you are responsible for how you attach to your spiritual level. But when we have people like Sister Nats, who can be known as a wellness historian in our island, we have to make good use of these people as well as well as our centenarians. So the Vitality Community Group has organized, seeing that September is Wellness Month, has organized a set of activities that will encourage people out there to learn and to be more informed as to how you take your wellness. It began.
Just hold your thought again, Debs, because already the lines are going. Let's take the calls. Let's interact with our listeners and viewers. Good morning. We have Sister Nats and Debbie Jajak, and we're discussing wellness in a holistic way as we are in the Creole season, and we are thinking and talking about Creole heritage. Good morning. Make your contribution.
Good morning, Wally.
Good morning to you, my dear.
Yeah.
So I want to say, nurse, is it a nurse that's speaking there? Signal gets sleep. I mean, in my Bible, I forget the sleep, so I can't pray.
It is.
So I am saying to myself that my importance of that is that in 3rd John chapter 1 verse 2 said, I wish above all things that you be of good health, even as the soul prospers.
Mhm.
So there are times in our land, many people do not see the spiritual aspect of it, but God, that is what He was saying to do. And we have the spiritual, we have the physical, we have the mental, we have the social, and other whatever environment she said me. So all these things we put them together. I'm an elderly person, I'm 72. And when I look at myself, sometimes I read the Bible 2-3 times a day, and every time I feel distressed, if I feel distressed, something thoroughly, I go to the Bible, I read something, and after that I finish, I memorize, and I take a little sleep. So it is, people think of all the 4 others, but the one which is the top one is spiritual. People don't go into that. And that is why many of us in the land suffer. It doesn't mean you not get sick. Because, what's his name there? Paul got sick. And when he asked God to take away what was already there, God said, my grace is sufficient for them, I shall be perfectly with this. That is in 1 Corinthians 12. So what I'm trying to say is that plenty of times too, it's because our spirituality is out and we do not memorize on the word of God to keep us going. Because He said that it's help to our marrow and to our bones. So I think we have to use a lot of the spiritual side that we will be able to understand. We are stress and all things in commune that we can run to the word of God. Because the word of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous really needs you. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much. I'll have a wonderful day, and we'll get Sister Nats to kind of comment. But then in a opening, she kind of connected and networked with the various aspects of wellness, and spiritual awareness was one of the highlights and high points. But Debbie, we were going through the week, the month, wellness month, a very important month in Dominica. And so, what are some of the activities before this week?
Scheduled for this week.
What are some of the activities before this week?
before.
What happened before, and then we'll get to this week because this week is a very special week. Okay, right.
So for this week,
This month,
This
the month, we're dealing with the month.
he wants an overview
What of the month? So for what happened from the beginning, the first set of events or activities that you had.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and then we will get to this coming.
Oh, okay. So, Alex, I got you. Yes. So, we attached a theme to every week of the month,
Yeah.
right? So, the first week of the month, we will focus in on detoxification of the physical body and the mind and the spirit. So, a lot of the promotion was geared towards sort of gearing people towards paying attention to physical detoxification. So we shared information on how you could detoxify the body, how you could detoxify the mind, how you could detoxify the spirit. We even had information on how to detoxify from the cell phone, and stuff like that. So we had a kind of well-rounded approach to detoxification. That was the first week. And the second week, the theme that we had for the second week was longevity. We did not get to enforce that theme because of certain deterrents that came to our way. So this is the third week, and we are now focusing on longevity. And the fourth week, we are going into the schools. We are going to do something called a smart snack sensitization campaign. And basically, it boils down to we're going to put in a presence at some of the schools. We're going to sensitize the students to the harmful effects of the commercial snacks that are being highly consumed in Dominica right now. And we are going to get them to repeat jingles. We're going to do a motivational pep talk. We are also going to ensure that every child will receive a package with 3 snacks and a healthy drink. 3 healthy snacks. We'll be making things like avocado and kale muffin. We'll be making gummies, but with real fruit, guava and pineapple. We have some exceptional recipes that we developed for that. So we'll be doing that in the third week. And the last week, it's entitled The Healing Kitchen. And the Healing Kitchen is really turning our eyes on the foods that we eat and asking ourselves, are the foods that we are consuming contributing to the good health of the nation? Or do we have to rethink our whole approach? Or are we at a point where we really have to reimagine a whole new system of eating in order to build our defense in the fight against disease? So these are the themes that we have been working with for Wellness Month.
Very interesting, and I must say, I really want to congratulate you for bringing that level of discourse to the radio, because it's important that we are aware of what takes place in our own body, because the body is supposed to be the temple. And if we don't take care of it, how can we take care of our sisters and our brothers, and even by totality, the nation? This week so far, what are some of the activities you had so far for this week? Longevity week. I know it's a very important week. It's one of the major weeks. And just lead us up from Monday, what you had from Monday?
So longevity week began from the 15th, and there is currently a gallery of information on our centenarians on the island displayed at
the gallery.
Yes,
Centenarian gallery.
And where is that located, by the way?
It's at Ora Orani on Coke
Where
Street, 29.
Park Street.
Is it 29 Coke Street?
Is it the former office of
That's
Dr.
right.
It,
Dr.
Character
Etienne,
Etienne?
yes.
Right, perfect.
Opposite Dons and Divas.
Opposite
Right.
Dons and
Yeah,
Divas.
that's the
yes.
one.
So currently still on display is a gallery of our centenarians going on.
Present centenarians or past and present?
Are they past and present?
Past and present.
present.
Yeah, we have an entire catalog. It's like a little museum that we mounted in a space at Ora Orani, and we started with Mapampo at the top. And by the way, we actually have her birth certificate on display.
Wow.
So this is no joke thing when we say that she is on record as the oldest living human person. We can verify it. As a matter of fact, what it's. You want to touch a piece of history?
Of course.
Okay, so this is the certificate of Mapampo. So let me put a piece of history in your hand.
Yes,
And you can read it to the
yes,
audience.
yes.
And you can see that Longevity Week, at the center of Longevity Week, is the oldest living person on island. That's Mapampo. And in your hand is the birth certificate. And you care to read the contents to the public?
Yes.
So it's not a joke thing, you know.
Elizabeth Magdalene. She was Elizabeth Magdalene Israel. And she was born on the 27th of January, 1875.
1875.
1875, and she died what year she died? Can you recall?
She died at 128 years old.
At 128 years old. The oldest living Dominican and also the oldest living human being.
Human person on planet
And
Earth.
we can show you
So that's
viewers.
Yes.
And those of you watching the Facebook page and the YouTube channel, you can have a look at the birth certificate of Ma Pampo.
It is also on display at the Centenarian Gallery at Ora Orani. So if you want to get a close-up look and take a snapshot, you can actually go to Ora Orani and get a snapshot of the birth certificate of Ma Pampo, who has gone on record in the Book of Guinness as the oldest living human person. The competition came from a French lady called Jean Calment, who was 114. Right? So 125, 114. And then beyond that, there was another lady who was 112. So,
but there wasn't another centenarian in the same street of Mapampo.
Yes.
Who was also 100.
Marose
That's Marose.
was 119 years old.
119.
Yes. And that was a neighbor. And by the way, what it's when you get a chance, we're going to take a run up to Glanville for me to show you Mapampo's house. The original house that Mapampo lived in.
What state it is in presently?
Well, the thing is, it's been walled off. Right? I guess for the sake of preservation. So it's been walled off with a concrete wall. But behind the concrete wall, the original house that Mapampo lived in, it is still there. And this is an artifact that we ought to treasure. Because imagine, Maria came, everything came, and the building is just there behind the walls intact.
Is it available for visitors to actually?
Well, exactly. That is what I'm coming to. So me and you and Debbie now, we have a project now. We're building a project one time where really and truly, this is something that tourists would pay.
Yeah.
Just to,
of course.
No, really. If you know what tourists paying for in Barbuda to go and see, a place where Princess Diana sat down, a stone Diana sat down on the plane to go and watch the soul. Let's see, what's all this human, the home that nurtured, the being, that is a potential, that is a prime classical tourism product that we haven't given attention to. We just haven't, I don't know. But me and you and Debbie, we're going to start that project.
I agree.
Okay? 100%. We're going to take a run up there.
I agree.
And we're going to develop. And you build a little Achupa cafe.
Does that say something about the community of Portsmouth? I mean, to have the eldest and the second oldest in Dominica,
and they live
back to back.
Yes.
So that says something about the town, and overall that says something about Dominica.
It says something about the disconnection that exists right now between the Dominican psyche, the thinking of the people, and the natural resources and all the traditional treasures that God has blessed us with. It speaks to a disconnect, because if you're connected, you would be right on. You would know exactly what to do. Let's take patois, for example. In the House of Assembly in St. Lucia right now, patois is being spoken.
And I prefer you use the word Creole.
Creole
Yes,
is being
yes.
spoken um, um, as a normal
Yes.
process, as a normal procedure.
Because in St.
in the
Lucia,
House of
because in St.
Assembly.
Lucia, the language is the national language, and English is the official language. So they have gone to their parliament,
Yes.
and they have legislated
Right.
laws
It's Creole.
to augment the status of the language to the national language.
Right.
So it is accepted throughout St.
Right.
Lucia. So wherever it is spoken, it's accepted.
Yes. So all top level conferences and all top level meetings and forums, patois is there. And Creole is there. Then the program in the school has been elevated to a level where there is no child who can go through the school system in St. Lucia right now and not graduate without having a basic knowledge of patois. They have
Creole, Sister Nats. Most of talent to the patois.
So you hear that? Now another thing they have done with the Creole is that they have translated the national anthem of St. Lucia into Creole, right? And that, of course, is part of their way of life. What I'm saying is, what does St. Lucia have over Dominica? That we have that rich patois heritage. Why aren't we tapping into it? Why aren't we getting connected with it? Why aren't we holding on to that aspect of our culture, which is language, which is so important? So I think you were asking, well, what is wrong with us? Well, the question is, what is wrong with us is we need to take a page from St. Lucia's book and we begin to establish Creole.
Let's see if someone can actually assist us. As a matter of fact, we have several calls coming in. Good morning to you, Creole Heartbeat, Sister Nats, and Debbie Jajak, as we discuss in Wellness and Wellness Month. Good morning to you, Creole Heartbeat.
Good morning. I have in my hand there, somebody freak away. Dominica's gem. An old book with all the elderly people on it, even Pope every people there in it.
Yeah.
And I do not know where to get it from. Maybe it's from the Asian and thing at the time, maybe the Ophelia. So what I'm suggesting to her, where she's speaking there in Transilia, I went there, but when I went there some years ago, I saw around the place had grass on it and all in there. I said, well, that is the lady house and they have the that stayed there. So the way I'm there and they're talking about the wall, it seems there's improvement there. But what I want them to do for tourism thing, it is to make a book, not a book, just make a thing of all the elderly people there too. And when they put it there, people will be able to buy, put a little money to buy it. You understand? And you can use that same money to respond for the elderly people. Okay. I say elderly one of the like a man couldn't tell me that elderly is not that is poor, but I went to research in the Oxford Dictionary and it said elderly adjective of older. You understand? And that man came in and tried to mess up the program and something else. But I like to call them the elderly. Guys, so it's in the dictionary. So what I'm saying to try to make something there and let first be able to buy the book to show when people come so that they still would be able to have a book. Okay. And where is all the business place? I would like to know.
The business place is in Cox Street. That is where Dr. Etienne used to have an office opposite Dons and Divas in Cox Street, just before Charros. Okay, we have another caller coming. Sister Nats, just take the notes. Good morning to you, Creole Heartbeat for Sister Nats and Debbie. Hi, my dear.
How are you?
Not too bad, I'm fine, my dear.
Debbie, good morning, and Sister Nats, good morning.
Good morning.
What if I ask my question? Can I just ask Debbie personally? I'm asking a personal question. Is that Jaja the Californian wife?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
You know why I asked him that one day?
Yes, go ahead.
2 days ago, I was lying on my bed. So I'm telling my son, but where is Debbie now? Long I haven't seen Debbie.
Wow.
Now, why I'm asking that we still live in the same lane, probably she'll pick up the boat. And she just came to my mind just like that. Anyway, that's just a little passing thought. Now, what I want to say, I heard Sister Nancy going to the schools, with different, to show them with different things, right? Healthy food. But I'm just asking, is it possible, Sister Nat, that you could probably leave some recipes at the school primary, secondary, I'm just asking. And probably those schools that have a home ec, probably a home ec teacher could, do it, tell it to the children. The secondary schools, the girls probably themselves or their parents probably could try those recipes. It's just a suggestion. I'm just asking. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. But Sister
Yes.
Nats, I know you have a menu at
Yes,
your facility, especially for this week. Can you go over some of the items on your menu, Debbie and Sister Nats?
Okay, let me continue. I had started off with the gallery that is present for people to view and stroll through, but we also have coming up this week. Wharton Waven Farm will be visited tomorrow between 10 o'clock and 2 p.m. Tabitha Burton's farm. We have also longevity meals every day today as well between 11 and 2 p.m. We have Reiki energy healing training at Arani at 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Hydrotherapy with Dr. Carla every Sunday at Check Hall. So this is this week's menu, as we call it.
Yes. Yeah, but
The food, the cuisine,
yes, but then you had some centenarians
the
stuff you
longevity
sent me.
food.
The longevity
Yes,
food.
the
Food that going to Sister Nancy, food that going to give people long life. The mapampo soup and the rest. Tell us about that.
Okay, so apart from the Centenarian Gallery, one of the ways that we have chosen to celebrate Longevity Week is to make the diet, some aspect of the diet available to the public. Because basically the foundation of longevity and wellness is rooted in diet and lifestyle. So we thought if we're going to promote longevity, it would be such a good opportunity this week to showcase some of the foods and to invite the public to come and, partake of, taste, get to know about the centenarians, read their stories, learn about the history, and taste the diet. So we created a menu for this week, and we've been going through. On Monday, we had the Mapampo longevity soup. Now, that is a traditional superfood in its own rank because the ingredients in that soup, it is just amazing, and it's rooted in the healthy lifestyle legacy of our people. We have a combination of vegetables like Christophine, okra, pumpkin, carrot, cabbage, spinach. We have all these vegetables, and we have a lot of coconut milk and beans. And surprise ingredient is sea moss, right? We are using sea moss gel to enhance the nutrient. Now, this combination of nutrients, it has moringa as well in the soup. So when you have a bowl of that soup, your body is receiving all the components of a healthy diet. There's nothing that is missing. If we were to take that soup to the lab and get it tested, it would not be found wanting in terms of the range of nutrients that it contains. So this is one of our traditional treasures, and we are serving that soup at Rani throughout the week. We also have a lasagna that we curated using the cassava for the lasagna sheets and using a combination of beans and vegetables for the filling in the lasagna. Very interesting, very innovative item. Our pilau today, which is on the menu for today, is again another innovation. This is a pilau we've never seen or heard of in Dominica. It incorporates a number of vegetables, like about 5 or 6 vegetables that were used back in the days. So the pilau is like more veggies than rice. So it's more like a vegetable pilau. And then we substituted the chicken in the pilau with a protein roll that we created in the kitchen with beans and veggies, and we cut them up and spread it throughout. And it really tastes like something to die for, as I would say, not die for, something to live for. Right. So we have that pilau. We have traditional snacks like coffee tea yampe. They would get the cane juice and boil it down, and they would cut up pieces of sweet potato and breadfruit with a lot of cinnamon, and they would let that simmer. And they used to call that coffee tea patat, coffee tea yampe. We're going to be having that as well. Another one called pemi, which was made with corn.
Yes.
They would roast the corn and grate it. They would call it another name like chili billy. So we're going to be having all the traditional. We're going to have the dukuna as well, which is more common to Antigua, but the combination in the dukuna is more like a Caribbean cuisine combination.
What about the creamy soup with turmeric flavored chipos?
Okay, the chipos are made from cassava and the turmeric. So it's like a little chip, a little tortilla. That's what they call it. Just little things that you dip into your So we made them with cassava and turmeric and rosemary. So we have that as well. Yeah.
Now I'm listening to you, both you and Debbie, and what I'm listening to is Creole, 100% authentic Creole. But then how can we get that in a while? But then how can we get that across the board? And I say that because we're celebrating Creole Month to climax it for our independence on the 3rd and then the 4th National Day of clean up and so clean up campaign. Now we offer Creole cuisine, but Creole cuisine we know is the crabak and the kalaloo
and the furrin
and the furry. Yes.
Sanko.
But I'm hearing now of a different blend, and we're talking about the centenarians formula to longevity. How can that be added to our Creole lifestyle so that our people can live healthier lives?
Well, what excites to me that we are the engineers, we are the ones who are connected to the Creole life in Dominica. So, we are the engineers, we are the torch bearers, we are the trailblazers. So all of what you're talking about are things that we're going to have to come together and curate, because the average Dominican, like I said, is disconnected from the root, which is the Creole lifestyle and the Creole language and the Creole diet. So I'm saying we're going to have to take that torch and run with it, and we're going to have to be at the forefront with it.
Yes. I am with you. I am with you, my dear.
Me and Debbie, I tell you, we have a project there.
Let's take another call. This is another call for Sister Nats and Debbie. This is Creole Heartbeat. Good morning to you, Creole Heartbeat. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you, sir.
What's up?
Not too bad. We have Sister Nats and Debbie Jajak in the building. Your reception is not so clear. I'm not sure why. You may have to hang up and try us again. Your reception is not that clear. But Sister Nats, I'm so excited about what I'm hearing coming from. Let's receive the person is ready this time. Good morning to you, Creole.
Yes. My final call.
Yeah.
But Sister Nat, all what you're saying there as well, how can you get that to the home? For example, maybe I want to do one of the dishes you're talking about. I want to try it. But I would have to have the, what to put in it, So how can we get that to the homes? Do you have a cookbook? I'm just asking. We need to get it to the homes. Thank you.
Yes, another call for Sister Nats. As a matter of fact, the entire board is going for Sister Nats and Debbie. Let's take in more calls. So Sister Nats and Debbie, Jacques, let's go. Good morning to you, Creole Heartbeat. Okay, you could try again. But this is very important stuff, Sister Nats, and you could hear from let's go again. Good morning to you, Creole Heartbeat.
Yes, what's up?
Yes, much clearer now. Good morning.
It's much clearer now. That's good. Well, I guess you took the points. That's still it.
That sounds like our Kitishan Dominican basketballer, everything. Tilling. You should know Tilling, man.
Yeah. Tilling, Yana?
No. He's
Tilling in Nevis.
Tilling in Nevis.
Right. Tilling.
Yeah. Been a long time, Sister Nat. I ain't seen you, but I seen you. Because I seen Ayodeli and Manu all the time.
Yeah, right. So you seen me?
They were my students, remember?
Of course.
And Debbie was my senior, and I think she was on the first day to come to school in 22.
Very strong.
How's everything?
Everything's safe, man. We're just trying to educate the nation on how to live long lives and healthier lives.
Well, for me, it's been vegetarian since 1980. It's been 45 years I've been eating meat and stuff, so I try to keep up. But you're talking about the Creole, and I mean, I use you as an example because I listen to you all the time.
Yeah.
You were born and raised in Pottersville.
Yes.
I was born and raised in Roseau.
Yeah.
And one of the challenges we had is that we weren't allowed to speak Creole.
Yeah.
But those of us grew up in the 60s, so you know that we weren't allowed to speak the Creole because they thought it was kind of derogatory. I mean, you couldn't speak it, especially in tongue. Now, we were able to break that barrier because my mom was on the south, where the Pishley side, so she always spoke patois. So I picked up a lot of it. Even up to today, I mean, right now where I'm quite a few solutions and Haitians, and we speak it all the time, even on the job. And people seem to be worried that we say things about them, but that's how we communicate all the time.
Of course.
A Haitian guy works with an illusion, and I tell you, when we sit down at work, we speak it like crazy, and everybody will know what they're saying, but that's okay. But then I said, I use an example because you raised in Port of Vale.
Yeah.
And you're able to come around with that clothing and have it going.
Well, I raised my grandmother.
Yeah, that's what
and she spoke Creole when she didn't want me to understand what she was saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And when I eventually got the hang of it, I never told her.
That's what they did. They spoke the clothing and didn't understand. I was confused.
Yeah.
But they picked up because my mother tried to speak like grandmother, and they will make a Creole.
Yeah.
And but it was good to try to keep the language alive because I know Sister Max is talking about the patois because I tell you something. I was listening to an interview. I think it was on News. I can't believe it was on your program where this guy talking about the Creole Festival and saying, well, when they spoke about the Creole Festival, they were talking about this English Creole. I had to quickly call him and ask him where you from. Wait, and I've never heard normal like this about Creole, English Creole, so
there is English Creole. We in Dominica speak a kind of English Creole, because we say things that are not grammatically correct a lot of times. That's an English Creole. Then we also have the Afuawi, what Marigot.
Well, that's the Marigot side.
That Marigot side. But then the festival was hinged more on the Franco or French Creole. We continue to speak, and our elders continue to speak in connection with Martinique, Guadeloupe, St. Lucia, Haiti, Seychelles, Louisiana, La Réunion. That's Louisiana.
What is? I worked at the first school.
Try and round it up, telling because we want to get so much information across.
I worked at the first school festival. The light and sound company member to some Martinique, they brought on the 60-foot container.
Yes.
And we emptied the container. As we finish empty, we get paid. The Monday morning, as soon as the last note was played, we load up the container, we got paid 1.5. Very much part of it, so I know.
Yes.
But anyway, it's good to look at it. I'm Sister Nats. And Debbie.
The mission continues, my brother. The mission continues. And according to Sister Nats, ain't no stopping. More calls for Sister Nats and Debbie. Good morning to you. This is Creole Heartbeat.
Hello.
Good morning.
Thanks for taking my call.
Go ahead, sir.
What they said there about the vegetable soup in the 70s, I can tell you I used to do that. If you coconut milk in that, and when you say you have that, you can stay a day and a half, 2 days without eat again. I'll take it in the morning, I go and work, and night time I don't bump with anything. It just bring back memories there for me. Because I had my luck and I was never eating meat. Up now I'm eating meat, I can go fish. But I meat, if you want to know, you have to be natural. That sick gift just bring back memories to me.
Yeah, man.
I can tell it's very good. It makes you strong. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Scholar. The nostalgia, the memories coming back of how we were raised, Sister Nats. More calls coming from Sister Nats and Debbie in the morning. This is Creole Heartbeat. Good morning.
Good morning, Wally.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Sister Nats.
Hey, what's up, my friend?
Who that now?
Okay.
That's Ronnie. Ronnie.
Yeah.
Natural products.
Yeah.
Healing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wadix, I want to congratulate you and Miss Sister Nats and Miss Debbie to educate the people.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, Sister Nats and Wadix. I don't know what you can do on the medical side, and Sister Nats and Miss Debbie. The level of people I see dying in the hospital and at home with sickness.
Yes.
What is the medicine she can help the public? And what do the government can help Sister Nats and people like Miss Debbie?
Yes.
To educate the people, even from church, school, as Sister Nats was saying, they're going to have a program at school, which is good. And what it's you?
Yep.
And the government, the Prime Minister says he's a health conscious person, do eat meat, he do eat sugar, he do eat salt. Do he can assist? Do the Prime Minister can assist Sister Nat, Debbie, and the other people that deal with natural medicine? He have a minister in his cabinet who produce a lot of natural things. I bring that to attention, how we can get the visitors and our people especially. What if Sister Nat just touch a topic? Sepsis. They had a program on Jolly program about sepsis, young people, women especially. The body not producing insulin because of the monthly cycle. The liver is blocked up, the pancreas is weak. And one of the pharmacists this morning said they use a lot of natural medicine, and one of the persons testified that she used cinnamon powder, dandelion powder, and she started to work. She even get a child, and she's going to make child for months.
No.
How are we going to educate our people and the government especially? What Sister Nat have there is a marketing tool.
Yeah.
Right across the ocean in Guadeloupe and Martinique, it's one of the places that have the highest rate of men prostate cancer
in particular Martinique.
Martinique and Guadeloupe is one of the places that have the highest men prostate cancer because of the melatonin and the lemoside, the thing they was using in the banana spring. How we can use Sister Nat to have a shop at the bayfront, at the ferry terminal, at the airport, at the school. Even people going to church in the morning to give them a diet in front of the church, a juice. Somehow the government, especially the Prime Minister, is athletics, he talk about health conscious. Could he assist? Look at that church, old church, just about 40 hotel. Do you can rent it? Do you can rent the old Galloway hotel for these people? As a cultural ambassador, can you help? I myself in herbalist, and I really want to give up that thing because our people in authority. Sister, not just that thing, a stone Diana sit-on. It is one of the biggest tools in marketing where that stone is in your aromatics. I don't want to give you discouragement. Sister, that's no Dr. Sadie. Dr. Sadie was here in the 80s, they deported him. Dr. Sadie went to South America and see about some rich people. He was coming back with $45,000 in a suitcase. They arrested me, the Congress like this. Good afternoon, Wadi.
Take care, my brother. But I mean, very pertinent points in terms of educating the move to the schools, because the young people need to know. Because this information is not outdated. It's not in textbook. It is not available, and they are not aware. What they know is the American television, the fast food,
and the cell phone.
Yeah. And how can we be the antidote to that for better levity? Because this is so critical, and that is why I am happy to be associated with you and the organization, Sister Nats, because this is what we really need to be hearing: wellness tourism. I believe this is Dominica is hinged on that wellness tourism. I mean, billions of dollars can come into Dominica through wellness tourism. Good morning to you, Creole Heartbeat. Hello, good morning. Okay, the caller wasn't that patient. But looking beyond, I mean, you're stressed. You may want whatever to do to relax. We have already the sulfur springs and the whatever we have. But the diet, the critical link to longevity. And we have per capita, 16 centenarians presently as we speak, living. At one point in time, we had 32. And what you have done is take data from what caused them to live that long, and now preparing meals that they would have prepared themselves to live that long. This is Creole. We are a Creole people. Why aren't we taking this on board, investing into it, and putting the necessary capital and infrastructure together, and run with something like it and promote Dominica as the wellness capital of the world, Sister Nats and Debbie?
Yeah.
Something to ponder.
Yeah. What if you just keep hitting the nail on the head?
Yes.
You just, even the caller before, Ronnie,
yes,
he made some very pertinent, very relevant points. But the scale at which Ronnie is talking, it has to be something of a national dimension. It really has to be something that would incorporate the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education. All these ministries would have to come together, and create a planned national Creole lifestyle rehabilitation program. Help me, help
Also,
me.
Sister Nats, but also I think we can all start in our own kitchens,
Yes.
with our families, with ourselves, so that the nation we grew up with just his grandma cooking what she cooked, mine, yours, and those are things we remember and we value and we know that are good for us. So it's all the onus is also on us to do like our healing kitchens. This
Right.
would be one aspect that we can now begin to spread and have people experiment in their kitchens. Go back, make good choices when you shop, choose local above imported and that sort of thing, and we can start there.
Yeah, because one of the callers was sort of interested in finding how they could get the recipes
Recipes.
Right.
to at least
Yeah.
experiment in
Yeah.
their own kitchen.
Well, going forward, these are aspects of development, because it's all about reversing this culture of looking down on what is truly ours, and reigniting and stimulating a new awareness, a new consciousness about the value. Because I think the problem lies in the value that we've not been taught to place on. Because Tilling said that when we grew up, we were discouraged from speaking the language, the Creole language.
we know no better.
We used to call it Lang Mamanu.
Yes.
And yet we were taught to be ashamed and not to be
Yes.
proud of it. So I think mentally, we need
But
a reset. We need a reset.
But remember, remember the colonial powers that actually taught our forefathers to think that way, because they didn't want us to embrace that particular language, because there was a commonality about it. There was a power about it, both spiritual and the way we speak, the way we embrace ourselves, the way we explain, and even today,
Yeah.
it is a fact when you speak Creole, it is more expressive
Yes.
than when
It-
you
yeah.
than when you speak
Speak
English.
English.
So that would always be a problem for, let's say, the
massa.
The massa.
Oh yeah.
So then it's something that we need to break. And I continue to feel that colonial stigma on us. That's why I always call for Heroes Day. I always call for us to renaming our streets, because when you continue
Here
to
we
have
go.
those colonial stigmas over you, the word is very powerful. The
Yes,
word,
yes, yes.
what you do is also very powerful. Let us break down the shackles, man. Start naming. We have so many heroes. Start naming, taking out this King George and Queen Mary and
Yes.
stuff we don't even know about.
Yes.
And let us put some of the people,
Yes.
the doctors, the lawyers, the
Yes, the
sportsmen,
Olympian Street,
the sportsmen,
Alwyn Bully
the-
Street.
you
There's
know,
so many heroes. as
yes,
you say.
yes.
Sissi Conderon.
Yes.
And this
you can even political leaders who have
Yes,
extended
oh yes.
more calls for Sister Nats and Debbie as we speak wellness and Creole as we enter the Creole season. Good morning to you.
Hello, what is me again? I like food, right? Now, what is what I want to say again? Probably you, I'm just saying you what is kind of really good at that. Probably could get some private sector people to team up with Wadi, with Sister Nat, where we can put aside say, some recipes together, and then you put that together and you sell that to us. Because you see, you're telling us that. But some of us probably need to know, as I said, what to put in it, you understand?
Yes,
So
yes,
probably we can get the Sister Nat alone cannot do that.
Agreed,
Like the
agreed.
private sector to
Here
fund
we go.
something like that.
Yeah, well, I
so
can
when we have that
pledge.
in our kitchen,
I can
we try this.
pledge 100% Creole's Heartbeat, loyalty towards that. And I almost sure just Mr. Cheryl and Greg were listening to us will also pledge for promoting something like this, because he also have that small business unit forum that he normally have. So already we have Q95, already we have Creole Heartbeat. So it's just us now to sit down and put a formula together and move. Thank you very much, caller, but I think this is very pertinent. And we have more Sister Nats. The phones are burning, we're taking the calls. Let's take down your notes. Good morning to you, Sister Nats and Debbie in the building. Good morning.
Good morning, at long last.
At long last.
Morning, I'm
You know-
Debbie, Mrs. Jaja. Good morning, Teacher Nat.
Morning.
And good morning, Mr. Leroy Wadiko Charles.
Good morning, my neighbor and elder.
Teacher Nat, something I observe we don't having done much again. You can buy a leaflet to call Kalalu, you look purple,
Yes.
little thing on
Yes.
it.
Yes.
That's what a lot of the elderly people to take to make Kalalu before.
Yes, you're
That
right.
and cheddar cheese.
Yes.
But we don't see those things again. Another thing we have is when you leave Buffett State Bridge, you going down there on your left hand, you coming up on your right hand. In the alias Forces yard, there's a tree there. That's a grape tree. It says Jamaican grapes. And it's nice. I tasted it already. When it fall, it's wasting a lot. You can make nice juice with that. You can make wine with that. But they cut the lower branch. I picked it already. So I tasted it. I know how nice it is. If they're giving a person a good local wine, you must check it out, teacher. Not the tree grows.
Yes, I think I know. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
The berries grow like in clusters, like grapes.
Yes.
What the river berry you talking about, man?
No, not the river.
The one that looking like Ribena?
No, yes, like Ribena.
Right. It's called river berry.
Alias Forces yard.
That's a master. That is one of our master foods. Yeah.
So much.
Antioxidants.
I have to walk on that.
I know.
And I cannot pick that.
Yeah.
That is a real waste. Have a blessed good topic for this week.
Yeah, thank you very much, my dear. More calls coming in for Sister Nats.
Yes.
This is Creole Heartbeat. Good morning to you, Creole Heartbeat.
Wadik, sorry for calling back, but Sister Nat's program is very interesting. And Wadik, since you have the influence, as the lady called earlier and said you can help Sister Nat, I would advise you to help. Even on a Sunday afternoon before DJ Kurt come in on Q95, because we need longer education. The little time there's not enough, as the lady was just saying. Even on the smartphones, you can have on YouTube, you have that going on the TV program. And what is when you look at where your uncle are in Pottersville, you have
JB.
a kitchen, Sister Nat have a kitchen there, and the tourist passing there to drink American juice. Those are the little things, this is what I'm going to sell the country and you say tourism product. And that is where the education have to come in with the people in authority. You look at how much they're posting, they're going to set up an international airport. But the tourists don't come here for the sites, the waterfall. They come for the music, the food, the lifestyle of the people, the house that hold it. They live over 128 years. They want to go there. And that is where the education have to come with the people in authority. Even the doctors in the hospital have to understand. Somebody come there, they sick. The heart is getting big, the heart not getting down. It have a blockage in the blood flow to the heart. No medicine to get it go down. Give them more, give them turmeric juice. Give them some jelly water with some lime in it. That's why I say education has to come in the health sector.
Yes,
and I know can't do it. Sister alone cannot, Sister Nat alone cannot do it. She's going to drop down. Who's going to carry on Sister Nat's legacy?
I know.
Who's going to continue our work? Who's going to continue Wadik's work? How long Wadik's going to be there? Have a morning, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. Very, very passionate.
Very passionate outpouring.
Very passionate caller, and this is the
this
is the kind of response to respect. But since then, I have to continue with the program because I know you have a sit, sip, and toast tomorrow.
Oh,
we haven't spoken about that.
Okay,
Tell us about that. You and baby.
That's our closing ceremony. We're bringing the curtain down on Longevity Week with an activity that we named Longevity Soiree. And the concept really is we felt that the best way to cap up everything and to wrap up everything would be to gather ourselves again at Orani, which is our longevity outlet for the week, and bring in our drummers, our chanters, our singers, our poets, and all our persons on island who are connected to the Creole lifestyle, and they are in the fight, like Delia Coffee, Ophelia, all these people have been invited, Franklin, yourself. Yeah. We're planning on that night to create a gathering to pay tribute. The event is entitled Give Them Their Flowers. So what we want to do on that night, we want to highlight that tribe of centenarians that the discovery was made of Mapampo and the first grouping of centenarians at the turn of the century. That was in 2001. And since then, we have established a system in Dominica where we keep records. Prior to 2001, the centenarians existed as little ornaments in the home, little old auntie, old granny, and whatever. With the discovery of Mapampo, we have now created a system. We now have the Council on Aging, and more attention is being given. Not enough, I would think, but at least you can see the beginning of some semblance of attention. So what we want to do is highlight the centenarians as the true national queens of the land. The true national, because they actually acquired their crown by the lifestyle that the legacy that what I'm trying to say is they work for their crown. They're not like the national queens of today who go on a stage for one night and car away and put on a costume and then a crown goes on your head, right? Not that I'm being demeaning about our carnival queen or anything. Please don't misread what I'm saying. But I'm saying in terms of putting the order right, the real national queens of Dominica are really
Queens and kings, eh? Queens and kings. Queens and kings.
Yes, what it.
Mr. Popeye Richard,
I think. And Mr.
Mr. CB's,
Mr. Casimir, right, and quite a few others. They're all on display. All the names you mentioned, they're all on display at the gallery at Ora and many more. And we have a lot of historical records posted on the wall about their lifestyle, their history, their stories, and everything. It's a very educational gallery. And maybe school children should make an effort, like students should make an effort to drop in, because there's a lot that one can learn. So we are highlighting them as the true national queens and who worked hard for their crown, whose lifestyle is a demonstration of the value and the importance of the diet that was used by our foreparents, the ones that we rejected, and we have now gone on to a new lifestyle, we have created a new way of eating, and of course we are paying a very high price, because when you look at the statistics on diabetes and hypertension, and cancer. Even PAHO is calling upon Caribbean government and saying that we really need to do something about the rise. Dr. Aiton came here 10 years ago and made a statement that she said, we have all the risk factors in Dominica for NCDs. We are now sitting on an erupting volcano. I have the newspaper report right here. We are now sitting on an erupting volcano, and that was 10 years ago. And she said, if urgent measures are not taken to stem the rise, here she is, Dr. Right. So that was 10 years ago. She said, if measures are not taken to curb the rise of NCDs, she said we will end up with a tsunami. That was 10 years ago. Now I have the new.
Are we experiencing? Yeah. Are we now experiencing the tsunami?
Read the headline in the Sun newspaper.
Dr. Etienne, tsunami is here. So we are now.
10 years later.
Yes.
She gave a warning that if we do not take steps to change our lifestyle, and she said, what to do? She said, first of all, it's not medication, it's prevention. Yes. And she spoke about changing the things we eat, promoting physical activity, and legislating against the import of some of the major foods that we are consuming that is causing damage to our health. So she actually outlined she identified the problem, and she also identified the solution. She went on to say, and this is a very telling statement, may her soul rest in peace, trust me. She went on to say that we are in a situation in Dominica where it is not that, and I'm quoting because I memorize it, it is not that we should give medication to our people which only reduce the demise, or it lessens the demise, but does not cure. Now, this is a statement from PAHO, the most authoritative voice on matters of health. So it cannot be taken lightly. This is not your hometown girl, Sister Nats. No. This is coming from Dr. Etienne. Yes, she said it is not that we should give medication to people that slows down their demise, but does not cure. She said, she went on to say, this is, if you go to the PAHO website, you can see it in print. This is my message. What we need in Dominica now is prevention, not medication.
Prevention is better than cure.
May her soul rest in peace. So that was part of the warning that was issued. It was 2 years before Maria, I remember. She made that visit and she gave that warning. And today's, 10 years later, we have the newspaper, Dr. Etienne Tsunami is here.
Right. Yeah.
So what does that say about us as a people? It reminds me, like Bob Marley said, in the abundance of plenty, the fool is thirsty. Because in Dominica, we have all the resources that are needed to get rid of diabetes. These diseases are preventable diseases. It is one thing to be faced with a problem and your hands are really tight. You look up, you look down, no answer. You look left. It's a whole other thing to be faced with a problem and the answer is right under your nose in plain day. It's right in your backyard. It's right, in your hillside on your mountain. And you are having statistics 1 in 2 for diabetes, 1 in 3 for obesity, 1 in 5 for cholesterol, 1 in 4 for hypertension. What business do we have having those statistics in Dominica when
we have the solutions?
Exactly. So don't say that we cannot do anything about those statistics. We can. We really need to just wake up and come out of that slumber and reconnect to La Vie Creole.
La Vie Creole.
The answer is in the La Vie Creole.
I love this, I love this, sister. The answer is in the La Vie Creole. Madame. And it's not the La Vie Creole with the fast food.
Right. The stone that the builder rejects. La Vie Creole.
Yes. Now, sister, that's when we come back, because I'm going to read some of the present centenarians so our public can have an idea, because on Monday will be Centenarians Day. When we come back, I want us to visit the snacks, that the alternative snacks, and I shouldn't say alternative, the original, because alternatives seem to feel that the real, what they have now is better than the alternative. But what you're going to be telling me is the original, and
authentic,
the authentic,
yes.
The bona fide,
yes, sir.
and then also genetically modified foods. Okay, and also, sister, that's generally genetically modified foods. But we must say on Monday, by the way, will be Centenarians Day, and Mr. Asher Timothy, 108 of Marigot, Advira Anatole, 104 from Penville, Josephine Iona Baptist, 102, and she's at the care in Mount Daniel. She will be celebrating, as a matter of fact, she will be celebrating 103 on September 24th. Elizabeth St. Luke Bell, 102 from Calibishi, Alfonso Casimir, 102, Rosso, James Riley, 101, Rivera State, Andrew Atido, and like I was telling you, there are several men. Andrew Atido, 101 from Rouge Kinfield, Twelly Uzeb, 101 from Divine Victory Elderly Care in Goodwill, Iona Nicholas, 101, Mero, Josephine Pascal, 101, Grand Fond, and by the way, Grand Fond, you will be doing something very special to honor all the centenarians that ever were born from Grand Fond, including this particular centenarian, Josephine Pascal. Juliana Scotland, you should know this lady, 101 from Roseau. Lister Gilbert from Portsmouth, 100. Christine White, 100 also from Mero. And Elaine LeBlanc, 100 Penville. May Jerome, 100 Cochrane. And Margaret Andre, 100 Goodwill. These are the centenarians. On Monday, we'll be celebrating Centenarian Day. Then on Tuesday, we visit some of the centenarians, and the balance we visit on Wednesday, we visit the balance of the centenarians. And as a council on aging, Ambassador Prince Wadix, a few of the media houses.
Okay, so if I can just add to what Wadix has just shared, the Vitality Community Group, we have been liaising during the week with Ms. Dublin and also with Ophelia about collaboration. What we have done, we have created a set of gifts that when the team is going out to honor the centenarians, the eldest centenarian in the land will receive a wellness basket.
That's Mr. Asher Timothy.
Right.
From Marigot.
Yeah. So we have, and that basket is already here. I wish I had brought a photograph. But we have this wellness basket that we will present to the eldest. Then we have smaller packages, things for their hair, things for their skin, things that they can eat and drink. We have smaller packages. So we are going to be on that when Miss Dublin and them will be going around, we are going to be on the same vehicle,
on the same train,
vehicle with them, and we.
So you and your team, the council agent, myself, and several of the media houses, and I think Discover Dominica Authority also wants to
Monday,
be
Tuesday,
part of
and
this.
Wednesday. Yes,
it is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Yes,
so I can tell you the visits to the Northern District. We'll visit on Monday, Mr. Asher, also Miss Elizabeth in Calibishi. Miss Anatole in Penville, and by the way, Penville has two. So Elaine LeBlanc in Penville and Portsmouth, and then at the residential care, Ans de May. So we also have did two. We have Pearlie Uzeb. Also, we have Margaret Andre Goodwill. So we have two in Goodwill, two in Roseau, Alfonso Casimi.
They sent me the itinerary.
Right. Great. So perfect. So we once again the mission going to be continuing. But just quickly, because we only have about 5 more minutes, because we must break for the news. Genetic, I mean the genetic foods. I mean, this is so prevalent in the supermarkets. It's taking over our shelves. It's all over. Genetically modified foods, the snacks the children are eating. Sister Nat, I almost said Dr. Nuts. Maybe Dr. Sister Nuts. No, but then this is rampant. This is rampant. The children, we are actually growing the children with defects already.
Well, it comes back to the point that we've been making throughout the entire program, that we as a nation, we are guilty of abandoning our La Vie Creole, right? Now, once you have something so precious and something so important and substantial that is truly yours, and you give it away and you trade it for something that is not as good or something that is more harmful, this is what is going to happen. Your shelves are going to be filled with GM foods because you don't care to use breadfruit flour, you don't care to use dashing flour and plantain flour, you do not care to use the resources, the natural food resources that are part and culture of the environment that nature has blessed us with. So it goes back to us being disconnected from our root as a people. And the urgent need, I mean, this no effort should be spared in addressing this problem right now. It has gone too far. It's not only with the Creole, it's with the food, it's with the connection with our heroes. We do not applaud them. We do not, like you say, name our streets after them. So the disconnect is something that it's something that needs to be addressed, because to me the writing is as big as a whale on the wall. When it comes to La Vie Creole, we can see a historical wearing down, and it is not as strong as it used to be. And the only who else can return it to its rightful place but us? St. Lucia did it for St. Lucia, and in Dominica we have to find a way of doing it for ourselves. Otherwise, maybe 20, 30 years from now, where will Creole be? Who is going to be speaking Creole? Everyone is walking around scrolling all day, and it's not Creole, they're scrolling, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we have some serious issues, on island that needs to be addressed. And this is what Vitality Community is attempting to do in a very small way, very, very small way, with very limited financial resources. We are attempting throughout the month of August to reconnect with Creole La Vie and the wellness aspect, which is the most important aspect for sustainable health for the nation.
Let's see if we can go a final caller there. 50 seconds, Debbie. Let's see if we can go a final caller there, and then we will break because we have the news major coming up. Good morning, dear Creole Heartbeat.
Why did you put me on the list?
No problem, my dear.
What I say in there, I had there 2 people with my name.
Okay, no problem, my dear.
And I hear in the Bible that my name is there. So put me in the on the Centenarian. Debbie, Sister Debbie. I know
Okay.
I realize it's new and not
Yes.
no particular.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much. Final words from you, Debs.
Final words from me is just I want to big up our sponsors at the moment. Give them their flowers. So Dive Dominic is our top sponsor. We have Rosalie Bay, we have Nestor's Best, Aura Orani, Green Life, Dr. Shana Taylor, Jasmine Coffee with Pilates, Fortune Hotel, Cash into Wellness, and 51 Books. Thank you guys for supporting this.
Okay, and Sister Nats.
Final word.
I know. Well, not final word, but a word as we move to a different dimension.
Okay, well, Wellness Month, as you realize from the discussion, is not it's not something we just decide to do because oh, let's do something for Wellness Month. There is a message behind. There is a lot of back information behind why we are celebrating Wellness Month. You heard part of it in the conversation, but there's more to the narrative that we cannot share right now. But you already start to get an idea that we are sending out a very strong message from Vitality community that we have come to a stage in our health history where we love the foods that do not love us, like genetically modified food, which is a non-food. It doesn't qualify as a food. You cannot produce a food in a lab and compare it to the one that is grown out of the ground, right? There is no comparing. A laboratory is a sterile, toxic environment. And if you are producing food for human consumption in a lab, most certainly that will precipitate the figures, the death rate figures for sure. So we are asking everyone, open up your eyes, sit up and take notice. Put down the cell phone for a while and look around at your environment, look around at your country. Take a step to Orarani between today and tomorrow. Try and at least eat a soup that will at least build your health. It's not GMO. It's all natural. It's authentic. It's traditional. Superfood. Take a step and come and enjoy something natural, and also give recognition to our centenarians for who they are. Give them their flowers. Show some respect. Show some love. Next week, we're going around to distribute gifts to them. So if you have something that you want to contribute, get in touch with us and throw something in so we can share more love to the centenarians. But be part of who we are and get rid of that fake self that we are now trying to represent as Dominican, which really isn't.
Thank you very much, Sister Nats and Debbie.
For the platform. Thank you, Q95.
Thank you very much, Debbie Jajak and Sister Nats. Another Creole Heartbeat program, producer Anthony, and also executive producer Jerry Williams. Thank you, Q95 FM, for the opportunity to disseminate the information, and we hope that you were touched in some way or the other. Monday coming, Centenarians Week, and Centenarians Day, that is, and the days following Centenarians Week. Until next week, Prince Wadix, may God bless you, and may God bless Dominic. A pleasant weekend.